is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and ranking our top 100, yes, not 10, top 100 cards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. So, you need a video to watch while you're working out, while you go for a run, while you chill in girl with your bed, chill in bed with your girl, same thing. This is the video for you guys. Now, before we dive any further into that, if you are new to the channel, make sure you do smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 120,000 subscribers, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. If there is anybody I leave off the list, do want to say I'm sorry. It's probably because I forget them. So let's say Invincible Kareem is left off the list. I think I got him, but if he's left off the list, obviously he would be a top 50 card at the bare minimum. So just something to kind of keep in the back of your minds. I'm not perfect, but I did spend a lot of time coming up with this list. At number 100, we're plugging in a free card, starting the list off with free card in the all-time Terry Cummings. Power forward, small forward at 6'9", 7-foot wingspan. Does come with 48 base badges, 35 on Hall of Fame. The reason I like Terry Cummings is because when I look at the card, I don't see many flaws, and I like flawless cards. He can handle the ball decently, contact unblockable, plays good defense. I don't love the default swing upper. That's the big kind of red flag I do see with the card. Because like John Wall, that's the same base Michael Finley has. He obviously has the Oscar upper, which again is just so much better. So that's the one thing I would kind of, not to tell you guys to worry about, but would be hesitant of, is I don't just love his release in my team. At number 99, Galaxy Opal Shane Battier. If you need a decent budget shooting guard that you're not expecting to handle the ball a bunch, Shane Battier might be the guy for you, because I do like the card. Again, defensively more than anything, I think is where Shane Battier is super impressive. Great speed, good lateral quickness. I mean, again, there's just not many total flaws with Shane, especially on the defensive end of the court. He is absolutely. Do I wish he was a little bit taller? Sure. But again, Shane Battier is a great 3-and-D option. Card I really don't like, but I still am going to rank on the top 100 is Joel Embiid, coming in at number 98. Now let's start with why he's not higher, okay? Reason he's not higher is really because of his release. If he had a better release, he'd be higher. His release is horrible. Like Bill Laimbeer came out, and I'm not saying Bill Laimbeer's release is really even comparable to Joel Embiid's, because it's not. Bill Laimbeer's is way worse. Hence why Embiid's on the top 100 and Bill Laimbeer's not. But releases, I say all that in saying basically releases matter so much, because this is basically an invincible Joel Embiid that is not a top 90 card in my team, which is just crazy. But again, his release just isn't good. Can't put him any higher than 98. At number 97, invincible Steph Curry. And I know some people are going to be like, Ty, he can standing dunk, he should be higher. Now, I know he can standing dunk, but at the end of the day, Steph Curry has a horrible player model and player book. It's that simple, it's that easy. He's 6'3", feels like he's even shorter than that. I know he's got 99 basically everything, good tendencies, I guess not even good tendencies. Steph Curry base though, MJ dribble style. He's got a lot going for him, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, but he is 6'3", in a game which is ran by height. At number 96, a card I don't necessarily love. Okay, Paul George should probably be on the top 100. I forgot about him. I'll just plug Paul George in here. I was initially going to put Pau Gasol in here, but I'll just plug them both in here, okay? So we're going to have two people at number 96. Paul George. I don't love the card, similar to Joel Embiid. I don't love his release. Everything else about him is good. The other card here is Pau Gasol. A card who, if I was given today, I would run over Joel Embiid. I think his release is a lot better than Embiid's. Not a lot better, not a ton better, but is better nonetheless. And that is why I'm putting him over Joel Embiid. At number 95, whoa. At number 95, we're plugging in Rudy Gobert. 7'1", 7'8" wingspan, and that's all you need to know about Gobert. He's not going to be the best because his shot's not necessarily great, but he can green if he is wide open. He's going to knock down shots, but the most important thing is he's going to compete defensively. Not going to be the best defensive player in the entire game because he's not tall enough, right? The best defensive player probably in the game right now is Manute Bol, just because height runs the game. But he's going to compete on defense, get you the occasional stop. That is why Rudy Gobert is in here at number 95. At number 94, we're plugging in here, not Larry Bird. He's going to be a lot higher. But another Larry, this one being the Galaxy Opal, Larry Hughes, 6'5", 6'8", wingspan, hot spots from everywhere. 92 3-ball, good driving, done good speed, solid enough defense. I mean, is he perfect? No. But for a budget point guard that's a little undersized, he is really, really solid at number 94. At number 93, a card I don't love, Hero Kevin Durant. A lot of people are going to say, Ty, this is way too low. And again, I get it. I agree. Another card I forgot on this list. I'm going to wait a little bit. But I'm going to forget cards, especially if there's more than one card. KD, 93, really, really solid. But again, I don't love his release. Doesn't do anything special. I don't like his leaner, although it can be cheesy. The card is just not great in my team. I guess I'll plug him in here because I forgot him a little higher. Galaxy Opal AK. He probably should be a top 60 card, but again, I'm just going to plug him in here because I forgot about him. Great release, good dribble style. I mean, there's just a better AK, and that's why he is going to be pretty low here. At number 91, Pink Diamond Jonathan Bender. Nobody really talks about Jonathan Bender anymore, probably because he came out in March. But I'll say it since nobody else wants to really hype him up. The card is still really good. If you can get used to the tray upper, which as times went on, I've gotten better and better with it, the card is really solid. I mean, if you need a no money spent type of small forward, Jonathan Bender's really good, has height in the game, ran by height, decent jump shot, can dribble a little bit, ask the slide. I mean, Bender's got a lot going for him. At number 90, Hero Kyle Kuzma. Hero Kuz, man, really cheap right now because a lot of the Hero cards are still cheap, but that doesn't mean he's bad. 6'9", 7-foot wingspan, quick enough release, MJ dribble style, normal leaner. I mean, he's got a lot going for him. Defensively, I mean, he's not necessarily the best, but he can hold it down enough. Kuz, really solid at number 90. Cracking the top 90, Manu Ginobili hero card at number 89, 6'6", 6'9", wingspan, hot spots from everywhere. 40 Hall of Famers, 16 on gold, good speed, good lateral quickness. I think Manu is low-key underrated. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me. Caresport base, not necessarily the best in the game, but it's solid enough on a very quick D-book leaner, MJ dribble style, Francis size up, Asta slide as well. For a point guard under 6'6", good luck finding that many better than Manu Ginobili. At number 88, Elemental D12. And you guys might be like, what, Ty? Here's the deal. Okay, hear me out. 6'11", not a great release. But he's basically an invincible card. I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and gas him, but he is basically an invincible card. I'm not, again, I don't necessarily love his release, but everything else about D12 is perfect. Has every Hall of Fame badge in the entire game. Again, I don't love him, but he is really, really good in my team. At number 87, Dark Matter OG Anunoby. Now, another guy, I'm just going to plug him in up here just because he deserves it. I do have him on the list. Good. I thought I forgot him. OG Anunoby, perfect 3-and-D option. The problem is he's only 6'7". And you guys might be like, 6'7" at the 2, Ty, that's good. Well, 3 months ago maybe, but not anymore. OG, again, really good defensively, really good release, has a lot going for him. It's just sad that height runs the game as much as it does. At number, where are we at? 86, Jermaine O'Neal. Yes, his release is not perfect. That's why Jermaine's not higher, because his release, not good. But again, Francis size up, Asta slide, everything else about Jermaine O'Neal is so good. It's just that release. It's not good. His release is not good, and I'm not trying to hate on the card because I like the card. But that release, oof, oof, oof. Not good in my team. Next up at number 85, we've got Hero J.R. Smith. I actually like J.R. Smith because I feel like his release is easy to green. It's just he's only 6'6". It's kind of similar to Manu. And just the fact that 6'6" at the point guard at this stage of my team is just not necessarily what you're looking for. JR is not bad at all, though. If he's your favorite point guard or if you locked in for Chet and JR is your man, do what you got to do. I don't blame you at all. At number 84, Lauri Markkanen. Now, some people might say Jonathan Bender is better than Lauri, and I get it. And honestly, if it wasn't for the badge count, I would agree. What Lauri has is just more total badges, right? And this is kind of what I want to compare here. When you look at them side by side, Bender's got 49 base badges. Lauri Markkanen has what? 58? I mean, just more total badges, especially Hall of Famers. I think 11 more total badges in general. That does it for me. I hate Lauri's release. I think it's too slow, but everything else is just fine. At number 83, Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, here's the deal. His release isn't good. Everything else about Wilt is fine. We're probably going to see an invincible Wilt soon. It'll just come down to, are they going to change his release or not? With Shaq, they did. Kareem, they didn't. So who really knows? Wilt, really, really good in my team, especially on that defensive side of the ball. At number 82, we're plugging in Hero Penny Hardaway. I like Penny more than the average person. Did I gas him too much on my top 10 point guard? Probably. He's probably not better than, a guy like Ron Artest. And we ultimately will see higher. But Penny's basically an invincible at 6'7" with the normal leader. And, a lot of good dribble six in here. Day movement on the back. If you use Penny, you're going to want to basically 5 out. That's kind of what's to know about Penny. Because if you don't 5 out with him, you're just not getting the full Penny Hardaway picture. At number 81, invincible Dominique Wilkins. A guy who, look, he is collector level, so that's why I might be lower on him than I should be. I just don't know if I love this release. It's not bad, and when I've used it, I've got the hang of it. I don't love the Donovan Mitchell leaner as well. He's good, 6'7" though at the point guard position. Is he really that much better than a guy like Hero Penny Hardaway? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. At number 80, Bob Pettit. Maybe shouldn't be this high, but he is complete. Like, he is a complete small forward. Does he do anything perfect? No, but he's gonna shoot the ball well, eyes to slide, move okay. To me, he's just like a worse version of like an invincible Larry Bird. Now, I know a lot of you guys are gonna hate that comparison, because I hate it myself. But that's kind of what I see. Both cards are 6'9". Both cards, obviously Larry has a better release, but both cards have decent enough releases. That's kind of what I see, is Bob Pettit just being a really off-brand Larry Bird. Michael Jordan's hero card coming in here at number 79. I don't mind this card. I do think he's better than Manu. I think he's better than JR. I just don't like the upper on MJ's release. And with the Invincible, he at least has a better size up. This Invincible, or this MJ has a Lowry size. It's okay. I don't hate MJ. He's just in here at number 79. At number 78, Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez. I mean, if you need a center, this Brook Lopez can get the job done. His speed's not great, but if you give him his speed, coach, he's just fine. Good defensively all the way around, and a decent enough release, right? I mean, the B to base on very quick is solid as well. Don't necessarily love the Brook Lopez upper, but again, you gotta do what you got to do at the end of the day. Brook Lopez really solid, especially at 718 card. I do rate. At number 77, Sean Elliott. Now, it's crazy how much better Michael Finley is than Sean Elliott. And Sean Elliott is not necessarily a garbage can. Like, if you got him, you can use him. I'm just saying, Michael Finley is night and day different than a guy like Sean Elliott. Now, take it for what it's worth, right? If you like Sean Elliott, do what you got to do. I'm just saying, not even in the same stratosphere as a guy like Michael Finley. He's fine, though. His release is fine. Gonna play good defense, 6'8". He's fine. There are just better options in my team. And an option that I think is better, you guys can disagree, Steven Jackson. Why? I just like Steven Jackson a little bit more. I mean, same type of frame, same type of card. I just think I like Steven Jackson more. I green lightlies with Steven Jackson. I'm more comfortable with Steven Jackson. And for a free, easy grind, give me Steven Jackson. I can hype this card up because he is a free card in my team. At number 75, I had Mitch R on my on the score sheet, but it's not Mitch Richmond. Mitch Richmond's a garbage man. It's Mitchell Robinson, okay? At number 75, a card I like more than a guy like Brook Lopez. I know he can't play power forward, but perfect defensively, good speed, solid enough offensively with a decent enough three ball. Mitchell Robinson was my center for quite some time. Obviously, I think there are better options at this stage, but I like Mitchell Robinson. I got no issues if he is still your starting center in my team. At number 74, Alonzo Mourning, a card I really like. I gotta say, I really like Alonzo Mourning. He's just 6'10" at the power forward position. It's just something that I can't really hype up that much. Even with Horace Grant, 6'10" at the power forward, it's just hard to hype up and gas. The cards are fine. He's just 6'10". Outside of that, if Alonzo Mourning could play small forward, he'd probably be top 40. Jrue Holiday at number 73. If there's 100 Jrue Holiday fans, I'm one of them. If there's 25 Jrue Holiday fans, I'm one of the biggest. If there is one Jrue Holiday fan, it's me, okay? I love this card. You guys can hate on the release all you want. That's fine. But if you need a free point guard, look no further than Jrue Holiday. Plays decent defense. Offensively, not bad either. Hero Brian Scalabrine coming in at number 72. Good release, gonna shoot the ball well for you. What else does he really give you on the court? Well, that's the issue. I don't know how much else Scal really gives you, but plays decent defense, good release. Scal is just fine and cheap in my team. At number 71, Titans Dirk. A lot of people would have him higher because he does have a good release. My whole thing is defensively, he's not great. I don't love his player build. I don't feel like he rebounds the ball that well. That's just my opinion. If Dirk's your favorite like power forward stretch big in my team, that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and slander him. I'm just saying I like some more guys that little bit more than Dirk Nowitzki. Now to the top 70. At number 70, we're plugging in Rush DeMar DeRozan, which basically says if you got Rush DeMar DeRozan, you got a top 15 or so shooting guard in the entire game for free, which I don't think you can complain about. 94 3 ball, good dunking, good speed ball, but ultimately it comes down to this. His release is really good. Why did they ever change Trace McGrady's base? I don't know. They didn't really need to juice the T-Mac as much as they did early on, because DeRozan is still really good with the DeRozan base on very quick. Again, a card that is an absolute cheese ball, and his release is easier to green than nearly anybody else's in my team. At 69, Dark Matter Shai. A lot of people have been really hyping up Shai lately. For me, he's 6'6", but he doesn't even feel that tall. I don't love his player model, don't love his player build. Yes, his release is good. Yes, he can move decently as well. Shai, solid enough in my team. Again, I just think there are better overall options for his specific price. At number 68, Horace. OTO NATO man himself, Horace Grant, 6'10", 7'1" wingspan, out spots from everywhere. When I use the card, I like the card. Good release, good tendencies. The problem is he can't play small forward. It's not too late, 2K. Give him small forward eligibility. We need it for Horace Grant to really be him in my team. Power forward, he's still really good. He's just a little undersized. You're probably going to have to run like Big Z at the 3 if you do want to run Horace Grant. At number 67, we're plugging in Playoffs Jimmy Butler, a card who you could get for free out of the locker code. Probably should have chose Jokic at this point because he did get that extra Evo. I got this card on my Nobody's Pet, and does he play anymore? Probably not, but I do like Jimmy Butler. He's been good for me when he has played, and again, if he is your favorite, let's say, shooting guard in my team, I have no issues with that. At number 66, Dark Matter Jack Sigma. Talk about one of the best big man releases in my team. It's Jack Sigma, which I don't know why they ever even changed his release because he did have KCP base. I mean, they changed a good release for a good release, so I'm not really going to complain too much, but I love Sigma. He is my starting or backup, one of the two on the No Money Spent, and I don't complain at all. I like Jack Sigma. He provides everything I need at that power forward position. At number 65, we're plugging in Playoff Jokic. There's a guy in my stream that literally wants me to go and buy Playoff Jokic and just use him constantly. Now, again, if you're playing in co-op, stuff like that, Playoff Jokic is it, because he's basically the point guard Jokic at that power forward position, and even better than the hero point guard Jokic, as crazy as that sounds. The card is literally an invincible Jokic at the power forward position. You got him out of that locker code, or if you got the pack and haven't chose yet, definitely choose this Jokic. He is him in my team. At number 64, a guy I actually have no idea where to put him, is the Dark Matter Kevin McHale. I have no idea how good he is, and that's just how it is. I have no idea how good he is because I don't have him and I've never used him. The Shangoon base stinks, but he's still 6'10" at the 3. I'm going to put him in here at number 64, really, because I have absolutely no idea. At number 63, KPJ. One of the most fun cards to use in my team. Is he perfect? No. KPJ based on very quick, good dribble sigs in general, and just an overall solid card at 6'6". Can dribble, can make plays, does a lot of things on you for you on the court. There's just taller and more better defensive point guards in my team, especially in a game that is ran at the primary ball handler position is shooting guard. At number 62, Dark Matter Dikembe Mutombo. Now you can put this card higher, you can put him lower. I really don't care. This is where I've got him. If you locked in Dikembe, you can still run him at the power forward position because he's 7'2", right? If you don't want to run Taco, if you don't have Manu, Dikembe is a good answer. Obviously, not necessarily the best shooter, no hot spots, but can green shots, make enough offensive plays where defensively the card is lights out. At 61, Dark Matter Nat Clifton. Now, my bias is in here because I like Nat Clifton, especially if you're in triple threat. If you're in co-op or triple threat offline, the card is incredible. And when I say that, I'm not trying to just sit there and gas Nat Clifton. Because, I mean, there are better options in my team, especially for his height. But I like his base. I like his release. Normal leaner, MJ dribble style. He's just not tall. In a game in which height runs the game, that's where it really hurts Nat Clifton. Free card bias gets him to 61. At number 60, Dark Matter Reggie Theus. I have no idea where to put Reggie Theus. To me, he's like a Penny Hardaway that gives you maybe a little bit more. But again, the card is not perfect by any means. Normal leaner is okay. He's good. Not great. I wouldn't definitely wouldn't grind collector level just for a guy like Reggie Theus, although, you know, he is fine enough in my team. At number 59, David Robinson Radiant card. And I like D-Rob. I actually, when he came out in the token market, did get him on my Xbox account because he's 7'1" and he does everything you need a power forward to do. And you guys can sit there and say I'm gassing him because I kind of am. But at the power forward position, what more do you honestly need than what a D-Rob can give you? That's just my whole question to you, because he's 7'1", can knock down shots, plays good enough defense on the court. He's not perfect by any means, but he is at the power forward position about as good as you can get. At number 58, Dark Matter Shawn Kemp. It's all about the height at the 3. Do I love Shawn Kemp's release? No. Do I think, you know, he's perfect? No. His release decently quick, and he's got enough at the small forward position to, again, hold it down for you in a game ran by height. I don't love him, but I do rate him decently highly because he is 6'10" ultimately at that small forward position. Again, if he didn't have small forward position, I wouldn't be nearly as high on him, but you give him small forward position at 6'10", decent enough release, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. At number 57, Invincible Anthony Davis. Now, you guys might not like him all the way down here at 57. And honestly, I don't even know if I like him all the way down here at 57. But here's what you guys got to know and what you got to realize. He's 6'10" at the power forward position. Do I really prefer him at the power forward position over a guy like D-Rob? I don't know, because offensively, yes, he is an offensive nightmare. Like, if you match up against Taco, even Manu, AD is going to expose them offensively because he's quick and he can make plays. The problem is, defensively, he's only 6'10", right? That's the problem. Even with Horace Grant, and again, AD, Horace Grant, they're awfully similar, right? Obviously, Horace's release, I probably like more AD's, the Invincible, the more complete player. Problem is, they're both 6'10". You can only be so good if you are that tall. At number 56, out of position, Jimmy Butler. This card was the best point guard in the game at one point. I mean, he was. He played defense, could knock down that occasional shot. Again, he's not going to be your primary ball handler. So if you want a point guard to be your primary ball handler, Jimmy Butler is probably not the best option. It's the way it is. But good speed, good defense, good lateral quickness. He does a lot for you. Just think there are overall some better cards than a guy like Jimmy Butler. At number 55, we're plugging in Galaxy Opal Marc Gasol. Now, Marc Gasol, he's your budget power forward center in my team, right? He's not free. He's not a free card, but he's 7'1", good frame, plays really good defense. He's overall just one of the most complete bigs in the entire game. And I don't want to even say he's slept on, because he's not. There are a lot of people that know and run Marc Gasol. But if you're struggling to find somebody at the power forward center position, look no further than a guy like Marc Gasol. At number 54, free card bias or not, I'm plugging in Chuck Cooper. I like this card. And if you watch my No Money Spent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Is he top 10 at his position? No. But I like Chuck Cooper, and he's free at the end of the day, so I'm going to gas him because he's made some plays in limited. He literally carried me through, 25 limited games. 2K didn't give me my ring. Okay, I'm done. Good base, good leader, MJ dribble style, Asta slide. Chuck Cooper's got a lot going for him. He is undersized, only at 6'5", but I like Chuck Cooper. And again, if you just started my team, grind that spotlights for Chuck Cooper, Earl Lloyd, and Nat Clifton, and you get 3 out of the top 61 cards in the entire game. At number 53, Dark Matter Draymond Green, just outside of being a top 10 point guard in the game, but I love Dre. He can knock down shots. I think his release is underrated. It is slow, but it's super easy to time and it's super easy to green. 6'7" again, 7'1" wingspan. Just great defensively, right? Every defensive badge in the game. Shooting-wise, underrated. I'll say it. If you guys don't want to say it, I think he is underrated on that offensive end of the court. Dre base, very quick, normal leaner. I like Draymond Green. Asta slide as well. He gets you more stops than you probably would think of. At number 52, Hero Arvydas Sabonis, 7'3", 7'6" wingspan, 41 base badges, 25 on Hall of Fame. If you got a +6 or so speed, he's got everything he needs. Limitless, defensively perfect. He's got what he needs. Sure, a lot of people look at Arvydas Sabonis and are like, Ty, he's okay, but I mean, he just isn't great. They struggle with the Kyle Anderson upper part of his release, which I get. Arvydas' release isn't as chick as a guy like Yao's, even though it's the same base. But I still love Arvydas Sabonis, and nobody is going to sit there and talk me off of him. He's the center on my no money spent, or backup center, I should say. At number 51, Earl Lloyd. Again, if you have not grinded the spotlights for those 3 cards in Nat Clifton, Chuck Cooper, and Earl Lloyd, what are you doing? You get 3 top 61 players in the entire game. Earl Lloyd's basically a clone of what Vince Carter is. Francis size up as well as the normal moving step back, which is the out slide. Earl Lloyd, absolutely elite in my team at number 51. At number 50, Dark Matter Josh Smith. I see a lot of people gassing this card to the moon lately. Do I think Josh Smith is good? Yes. Do I think there are better small forwards in my team? Absolutely. I think he's fine, and if you are nobody spent, you can pick him up. I think he's better than a guy even like a, I think he's better than a lot of guys like even, I've talked about Bender, I've talked about Laurie Marketing. I think Josh Smith is better than those guys. Is he perfect? Nearly stat-wise, but I just don't love his release as some of the other guys. Sean Livingston coming in at number 49, cracking our top 50. Free point guard from last season in my team unlimited. And I love Sean Livingston. I used him for a very, very long time. The problem with Sean Livingston really is defensively, right? And I'm not saying he's horrible because he's got good lateral quickness, good speed, but he's only 6'7" with 3 total defensive badges. That's where Sean Livingston really does struggle. The card is really solid in my team. At number 48, we're plugging in Dark Matter Vince Carter, 6'6", 6'9" wingspan, outspots from everywhere. 35 base badges, 23 on Hall of Fame. Defensively, really, really solid. Again, Kuz base, Vince upper. Do I prefer him to a guy, let's say like Earl Lloyd? Yes, but barely. Vince Carter, pretty cheap though. I don't mind him at all. At number 47, Kobe Bryant. Y'all can hate me for putting him this low, but my question is, what does Kobe really give you on the court? Yes, he's good defensively. His base is okay, but he is the TyDeBo cleaner. I would just rather have the normal, in my opinion. And no Asta slide. It's just like, I don't see it with Kobe. Yes, if he's your favorite card in my team, okay. I mean, you can say that, right? But do I like him that much more than Sean Livingston? No. I like Sean's release more. I like Sean's movement more. Kobe's probably the better overall card. I'm just saying, I don't really see it with Kobe. And I'm putting Ron Artest over him. Why does Ron Artest go over Kobe? He's going to play better defense. He's taller. They're both basically maxed out defensively. Then it just comes down to dribble sigs and release. And I don't think Kobe is going to do much more than Ron Artest. Yes, for all the slander I gave Ron Artest in my top 10 point guards, I respect him enough to put him over Kobe Bryant at number 46. At number 45, we're plugging in Big Ralph. Okay, Big Ralph at number 45. I saw today he's not a buyout anymore, which kind of surprised me a little bit because, I mean, I figured he would be a buyout. It makes sense why he's not, though. He has a decent enough 3-ball. He's 7'4". If you want a guy to compete against the Tacos, the Manutes, the Yaos, Ralph Sampson is a perfect option. At number 44, Hedo Turkoglu. Now, I don't know if this is my no money spent bias getting in the way of things, but if you watch my no money spent, you see my Hedo Turkoglu, at least recently, cooking everybody. He's absolutely cooking him. I used to not be able to really do anything with Hedo because of the tray upper, but I've gotten kind of used to the tray upper, and everything else, Hedo does solid. He defends well. Movement is good. I like Hedo in my team. At number 43, we're plugging in Dave Cowens. Yes, Dave Cowens, a card who I ultimately think is slept on a little bit. Not perfect, but he's got the infi slide, okay? Basically, it's another version of just like, it's similar to the normal step back, not the exact same. MJ dribble style, Jared Allen on very quick normal leader. I like Dave Cowens a lot. I'm just throwing that out there. Is he worth the grind? No, but he is really, really solid in my team. At number 42, plugging in Kristaps Porzingis. We're due for a new Kristaps Porzingis, so if you've been holding on to KP, I'm not telling you to sell him, but I'm just saying, if you're thinking about selling Kristaps, don't wait until Thursday or Wednesday because the market is going to be down a little bit. KP, good speed, really solid release. KP base on very quick. Just think, if KP gets an invincible card, he's going to be one of the best guys at the center power forward position. Because remember, he's only got 30 Hall of Famers. Everything's going to basically be on Hall of Fame. Going to get every badge in the game, as well as has 99 everything. KP is going to be him at that position. At number 41, invincible Zion Williamson. Now for Zion, 55 Hall of Famers, 6 on gold. A lot of these Hall of Famers that you can ask for in a good release. I like Zion when I play him. Problem is, he's just not necessarily as tall as you want your small forward to be. Zion at shooting guard eligibility probably be higher, but right now can't put him any higher than 41. At number 40, invincible Michael Jordan. Now, MJ is a card that I like more than Kobe, but not that much more. I mean, MJ dribble style, Francis size of Asta slide. I'm lying. I like him quite a bit more than Kobe, but he's still only 6'6", and his upper on that release is not the best, right? And so when you're talking about some of the best point guards in my team, MJ's probably an 8 or 9. Overall, my 40th best player in my team. At number 39, we're plugging in out of position Bill Russell. Yes, I like Bill Russell over Zion, and that might be crazy of me to say, but it's the way it has to be. Bill Russell going to defend incredibly every badge in the game, tendency-wise immaculate. Somebody asked me today, who's your best defense player in my team? And I was like, I don't know, Bron, AK. Bill Russell's definitely up there at number 39. At number 38, Dark Matter Jonathan Isaac. Jonathan Isaac is what you need out of a 3-and-D option in my team. He's not going to be your best ball handler. He's not going to make the most plays. But if you want a guy to stand in the corner and play good defense, Jonathan Isaac is a really solid option. Coming in at number 38. At number 37, Dark Matter Artist Gilmore. And this is for all the people that's like, when I say, if 2K just gives us a top 5 or so guy at a position to start the season, I'll be happy. I'm happy in my team Unlimited they gave us Artist Gilmore, because he was probably top 5 or close to at that center power forward position. And I mean, his longevity is definitely there, right? If you got Artist Gilmore, there's no reason to go out and get Shaq. There's no reason to go out there, and spend up on the power forward position. He can hold it down for you. That's why I really like Artist. 7'2". I don't mind the Vando base. Artist is immaculate in my team. At number 36, might surprise you guys, Dark Matter Devin Booker with 50 Hall of Fame badges. Yes, I like him over Michael Jordan. Say what you want. I probably am wrong here. Actually, you know what? Swap them, okay? Let's swap them, because initially at 40 I had Hero MJ, and then I just switched it out. So let's put Booker at number 40, MJ at number 36. Here's the deal though, and here's what I really want you guys to understand with this, okay? When you compare these cards, yes, MJ is the better overall option, but barely. Like, they're both basically invincibles, and then it comes down to animations, and I don't know whose release I really like more, okay? So yes, the cards are very similar. I'm going to put MJ at number 36, Booker at number 40. But just realize there's really not that much difference. Plus, you can get Devin Booker for free, so my free card bias is going to take over. At number 35, Invincible Carmelo Anthony. Some people love Melo in my team. I'm just not one that I love Melo. I'm just not. Melo to me is okay. I think his release is inconsistent. I think his load-ups are weird. I'm not going to sit there and gas Melo. If you want to do what you got to do, I don't think he's any higher than number 35. And a card I like more than Melo is playoff Giannis. And you guys are like, what? 7 feet at the small forward position, incredibly long player model player build, and Giannis just gets animations. I don't know how else to describe it, because you guys might be like, Ty, Jonathan Bender's better. And I respect and value that opinion, but Giannis just gets animations. That's my opinion on it. Giannis Antetokounmpo coming in at number 34. At number 33, we're plugging in Dark Matter Steve Smith. Steve Smith is your off-brand Tim Thomas, okay? Just a little smaller than TT. Still does have that LaMelo basically base, which is really good. It is, LaMelo base, Fournier upper on very quick trade leader. See, he can move, right? He can move and groove. It's just, there are better overall shooting guards at this stage. If you got Steve Smith for free, do what you got to do. I'm just saying, better overall options in my team. At number 32, we're plugging in Big Bron's Invincible card. I don't love Bron. I don't like the Corver base, right? I've said it all year. They did Bron bogus with that Corver base. Everything else about Bron is fine. He doesn't have the Asta slide. He's going to be one of your best on-ball defenders in the entire game. But again, I don't love his release. And for me, this is my opinion, at number 31, I like Hero Thurl Bailey more. That's my opinion. Somebody asked me today, Ty, who do you like more, Big Bron or Thurl Bailey? Thurl Bailey. The game is ran by height. He gives you 6'11". I think his release is better than Bron's. To me, give me Thurl Bailey for 3K over Bron for 600, 700K MT. That's my opinion on things. Do what you guys will with that information. At number 30, we're plugging in Dark Matter out of position to Kevin Garnett. 6'11", good release with the LaMelo Ball base. Upper being KG, kind of interesting. Normal leaner, obviously has the Infi slide, but KG's good in my team, okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Whether you want to play him at shooting guard, small forward, I could care less. He is good at either position. At number 29, maybe a little low for a lot of you guys, Pink Diamond Taco Fall. Now, Taco, I love you, but it's hard. You've only got 23 badges anymore. Part of my reasoning for this is we're due to get a new Taco sooner rather than later as well. And so I don't want you guys to be stuck with the Pink Diamond Taco. That's not worth nearly what he once was. I like you, Taco, but there are just more complete cards in the game at this stage. And that's not me hating on Taco. That's just me being realistic with you guys. At number 28, whoa. Let's plug in Luka Doncic. 6'7", with a 6'8" wingspan, 59 base badges, 30 Iron Hall of Fame. Luka. If you want a primary ball handler at your point guard position, look no further than Luka. For me, though, I'd rather have Titans Ben coming in at number 27. Cards are complete opposite. Ben's one of the best defensive point guards in the game. Luka's maybe the best offensive point guard in the game. They're basically the same level, though. Ben's incredible defense, so you're going to go dunk the ball, and if you apply some shooting badges, just fine there. I like both the cards in my team. It's that simple. At number 26, AK-47. It's crazy that this card's all the way down at 26. That just shows you guys how good of cards we truly have in my team. Great at the shooting guard position. I just think there are better options. I like AK. If you are no money spent, a card I definitely would think about picking up. But again, I just think there are better options in my team. At number 25, out of position, Nikola Jokic. I think Jokic gives you nearly everything you need at the point guard position. If you're not going for Manute Bol, get this Jokic. The hero Jokic is a little better, but barely. This Jokic, one of the most complete point guards in the entire game. At number 24, invincible Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, with Kareem, you got to know what you're getting. His release is so chick, it's just a little slow. So if you're the type of person that struggles with quick releases, so let's say you struggle with like Terry Dishinger's release, let's say you struggle with like a Jack Sigma release, let's say you struggle with the LaMelo Ball base, you're probably going to like a guy like Kareem that you know you can green with. Everything else about the card is perfect. Asta slide, movement is good, tendencies are solid. Kareem is really, really good in my team. At number 23, we're plugging in invincible Scottie Pippen. I think Scottie Pippen is so underrated. His release is so easy to time, easy to green. He's an invincible, so he has everything basically maxed out. There's really no flaws with Scottie P, outside of the fact of he's not as good of a primary ball handler as T-Mac, as Terry, as Tim Thomas. And I think that's what people do understand, and that's why more people aren't really salivating over Scottie Pippen. But again, if this card could play, let's say, the point guard position, everybody would be running him. At number 22, LaMelo Ball. LaMelo's size up ruins it for me, man. The LaMelo Ball size up absolutely reeks. It stinks. Everything else about the card is fine. It's just that dang size up. Infi slide, normal leaner, LaMelo base. I mean, he's got so much going for him. Even defensively, I'll say it. You want a guy to guard like Terry T-Mac. LaMelo Ball is up for that challenge. I love him. Coming in at number 22. This one is going to split the community. At number 21, Big Z. And I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me for this, but he's 7'3" at the 2. I mean, he can fit in any squad. If you're no money spent, he fits in this squad. If you have every card in the game, he fits in this squad. It's that simple. It's that easy. I love Big Z. Good speed, good lateral quickness, decent release, easy to green. People don't want to gas Big Z, but they'd rather gas Taco Fall. I get Taco's taller, but Big Z is so much more complete than a guy like Taco. Big Z at number 21. At number 20, Michael Finley. Finley's not perfect, I'll be honest with you, but he's nearly perfect. I love his player model at 6'7". If you're wondering about Michael Finley, I did a gameplay of him. Love his player model. Release really easy to time, really easy to green. D-Rose size up is fantastic. Normal leaner. I mean, Asta slide. This card's nearly perfect. Is his release as quick as Terry's? Probably not. That's why Terry's higher. But I do love me some Michael Finley in my team. And I'm going to be grinding some triple threat offline, to say the least. At number 19, Invincible Magic Johnson. If nobody else wants to gas Magic Johnson, I will, because defensively, one of the best players in the entire game. Great tendencies. Magic Johnson, based on very quick, isn't necessarily great, but people want to run Ben Simmons, when Magic Johnson's release is probably better. Francis size up as well. People don't want to gas Magic, but I definitely will. At number 19. At number 18, Invincible Shaq. It's crazy to me that Shaq is all the way down here at number 18, but it's what it is. Yes, his release is great. He's 7'1", 7'7" wingspan. He's an invincible. Perfect tendencies. Great release. But there are just better cards in my team. You got Shaq. You can play him till the end of time. But there's better options in general. At number 17, Interdimensional Tim Thomas. Now, the reason Tim Thomas is so high is because I personally love TT. I think TT is absolutely outstanding. I don't think there's many better cards in the entire game than Tim Thomas. So, if you're wondering why Tim Thomas is so high, even the interdimensional one, well, it's because I personally like him. Coming in here at number 17. At number 16, another shooting guard. This one, Terry Dishinger. I mean, here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. Terry, TT, Michael Finley, they're all basically the same tier. I mean, they really are. Terry, Steve, even Steve Smith is a little bit lower, but basically the same tier. Terry is so tough to guard. And I don't have Terry. I don't play with Terry. But when I'm guarding somebody, he's probably the most annoying guy to play against. It's that simple. If somebody knows how to dribble, Terry is so tough to defend in my team. At number 15, Invincible Larry Bird. Free card bias or not, the card's incredible. Good release, good dribble sigs. He's just a little undersized at that small forward position. I think that's the really tough part about Larry Bird is everybody loves him. The problem is we got Chet and Bobo. Where does Larry fit on the best squad? He doesn't. At number 14, Radiant Trace McGrady. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like Radiant T-Mac more than Terry. Why? Defensively more than anything. And it comes down to this. It's tough to score the ball, so give me the better defender. T-Mac's the better defender because he's just taller. KPJ on quick. That's basically what Terry has. Obviously, Terry's movement is a little better, but T-Mac, I personally still do love in my team. At number 13, this is going to surprise some people, Invincible Giannis. I think Invincible Giannis is the third best shooting guard in the entire game. People are going to disagree with me, but that's what makes these videos fun. I've used Giannis and I like it. People might be like, well, Ty, his release still isn't great. Okay, but his defense is great. He can green with the normal leaner from anywhere. He's got half range. Okay, I get his release isn't great, but look at all the pros. At number 12, Dark Matter Rick. Some people like Rick over Yao. That's not me, and that'll never be me, okay? I like Rick a lot. 7'4", good height. He has a great release. Height runs the game, and that's why Rick Smits is at number 12. He does have the KCB base, which is immaculate on very quick. Good shooter. I mean, I like Rick. I just think there are better overall centers in my team. At number 11, Hero Ben Simmons. It's crazy to me that this card's not a top 10 card in my team. That's crazy, but this is where I got it. At number 10, I like Ben Simmons. I think, in my opinion, he is the second best point guard in the game. I really love him even more than, a guy I might have higher because as far as running to the rim, Ben Simmons is doing it on the best level. At number 10, Invincible Trace McGrady, 6'8", 7'2" wingspan, hotspots from everywhere. The thing is, can you green with KPJ on very quick? That's the question. If you can, you're going to like the Invincible T-Mac more. If you can't, maybe the Radiant T-Mac is still for you. Again, I'm not trying to split the community at all. I'm just saying, if you can't agree with it on very quick, maybe you just use the Radiant T-Mac because the cards are very similar in general. My favorite point guard in the game probably right now is Hero Jokic. Again, if you want to run to the rim, Ben Simmons is probably the guy you're going to have more success with. Both cards are absolutely elite. 6'11", 7'3" wingspan. The thing with Jokic is you can green more with Jokic. You just got a quicker release than Ben Simmons. You can get off more shots. You can green more with him. That's really the news with Jokic over Ben. Both cards are immaculate. Both are, cards that I do runs to this day. Initially, I had LaMelo and Magic over them, but as times went on, these cards are running my team, especially when you look at competitive my team. It's Jokic and Ben. At number 8, Hero Tim Thomas. A lot of people don't agree with me, but Tim Thomas right now is my favorite shooting guard in the entire game. Favorite shooting guard to run. He's 6'10", great height. He's got, the good slide as well. He's got the Asta slide. Francis size up. And I've got his release down. Initially with TT, I didn't necessarily always have his release down. So I was like, do I really love TT? I really didn't. But as times went on, I'm telling you, this card is a problem in my team. At number 7, Opal Yao Ming. You guys might be surprised by this. I like Opal Yao Ming over Rick Smits. Now why? We've got to talk about the whys. Because his speed is good, his 3-ball is good, and that's all I need him to do. Play good defense, knock down open shots, and mash. Opal Yao, the difference between Opal Yao and Hero Yao is so small. It's so small, and people are going to gas it because, yes, he moves better. Yes, his release is quicker, all those things. And I agree. There is a slight difference in the cards. But to me, it's not enough to really be that notable or, that make that big of an issue. At number 6, Interdimensional Bulbul. I think the gap from Bulbul and Chet to the next best small forward, which is Giannis, is pretty large, right? Because Bulbul's frame is just so large. And you guys might not think it's that big of a deal. But if you can collapse the floor and just make it so your opponent doesn't feel like they've got anywhere to go, that's the important thing. And that's what Bulbul does. The difference between this Bulbul and Hero Bulbul isn't that large. Yes, defensively he becomes a little bit better. But it's his height, it's his player model. That matters more than anything. At number 5, Hero Chet. Okay, 7 feet tall, plays great defense, knocks down shots with a great release. What else can you want out of Chet? I mean, sure, you might wish he was a little bit taller, right? 7'2", like Bulbul is. But outside of that, can you really wish anything more out of what Chet provides for you? Great release, good enough dribble sigs, knocks down shots, plays good defense. It's tough to beat what Chet is in my team, especially that shooting small forward position. And until, we get Wemby, somebody like that, Chet plays. The sad part is, I still like Hero Bulbul more. Now, maybe it's my Bulbul bias because I play Bulbul and I don't have Chet. So maybe, maybe it's me being biased for Bulbul. But for me, it's the thing Bulbul does is defensively, he can switch on to Yao, he can switch on to Manu and get stops because he's 7'2". I don't know if Chet is doing that, right? And, he green shots for me as the normal leader and he moves decently. Bulbul, I don't do that much with him offensively. But defensively, he just collapses the floor so much and just makes such a positive impact for me when he is on the court. At number 3 for me is Dark Matter Titans Yao Ming. Again, when you compare Titans Yao to the Opal Yao, it's not that big of a difference. For me, the big difference here is badges, right? The last Opal Bulbul had only, 15 base badges. This Yao has 30. Better SIGs as well. MJ dribble style can just move a little bit more, and he's just going to be better defensively. That's the big thing. Offensively, might green a few more shots, but even with the Opal Yao, with his release being as chicken as it is, a lot of people are going to agree with him. I mean, that's as simple as it is. It's just how quick is it is what truly does it. At number 2, Hero Yao. Okay, so it's crazy. I have 3 Yaos in my top 7. It's crazy, but that's where I have people ranked. This Yao runs the center position right now. He does. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He runs the center position, has Hall of Fame limitless range. What more do you want at your center position? 7'6", half range, nearly every badge you need on Hall of Fame defensively. Great interior, good block, great SIGs. What more do you want at your center position than what Dark Matter Yao gives you? You can't ask for much more. This Yao basically is perfect in my team. At number 1, no surprise here, Manute Bol. This card runs the game and will run the game for the foreseeable future. They can drop any invincible outside of Taco, and I still think Manute Bol is going to be that good in my team. Because here's the deal. Let's say I'm just going to pull out a Don Nelson. Now, you know what? I'll do this for you guys. Paul Westphal. You know what? And if you want 7 seconds, we can do that as well. Let's go 7 seconds here. We can talk about Sidney Lowe where you boost the 3-ball in speed. What more can you ask for out of this Manute Bol, right? I mean, the card's nearly perfect. Release-wise, really, really solid. Not necessarily the best, but really solid. The KD upper does slow it down. MJ dribble style is solid. I mean, he's got everything you need. Manute Bol does. If you don't have Manute Bol, you're at a disadvantage. Is it impossible? No, because if you run Yao, run Big Z, you can somewhat match up. But I'm just saying, Manute Bol runs my team right now. And until we get like an invincible Taco, invincible Yao, and invincible Manute Bol, this card is going to literally run my team. That is going to wrap it up for our top 100 players in my team. I do apologize if I left anybody off the list. Also, like where I had Invincible MJ, him and D-Book are switched, as I did mention when I went through it. Just something to kind of think about, guys. This list takes me a long time to go through, to sort out. So make sure you do drop a like on the video, guys. Do appreciate all your support. I love you guys, and hopefully each and every one of you has a blessed day.